Yeah, exactly. You know, we had a couple of bits of bad news, didn't we? Especially because it's members of staff's family, you know, so it's very close to us all. And it's a great, I think it's a terrific initiative by the club and the the British Lung Institute. Saying that, 'cause I'm doing a bit for the Bristol Heart Institute as well. But they're both fantastic causes, and this is one that the club's got the opportunity to put on a blue day for, to highlight the terrible lung diseases that are out there, and we need a cure pretty quick. So I suppose the more cash that comes in that people can use to try and eradicate what is a terrible illness that touches everybody's lives at some stage, we can put on this blue day for that awareness, and great initiative.
You say it's very close to the club because of Ian Hutton's fiancée. We fully understand his decision not to talk to us today. Has the fact that it's quite public, from his point of view, helped him cope with it because of the support that it's drawn in?
I think everyone that's been involved in it, myself included, it's very difficult to cope with it. You know, there's no surefire way of coping with something like that, and he's coping with it really well because he knows he's still got to do his job, and you know, of course, you have to spend time with your partner who's got that problem. So you know, we all have to cope with it. We all have to understand the situation and be respectful of it. So sometimes he needs a day to spend with Vicky, or a couple of days, sometimes a few more days, and sometimes he has to come into work, which is you know what his job is, and but it's never easy to deal with it, that's for sure. And everybody that's been close to somebody that's been that ill knows how difficult that is.
Saturday could be quite an emotional day. Is it a question of you trying to harness that in a positive sense?
I think it would always be wrong to compare it with the football side of things. You know what I mean? It's sort of, of course we want to win the game, and when the whistle blows, that's going to be, we've got to give it our all to make sure we win the game. But that's a little bit, that's different, and I don't think it's fair to cross over the two by saying, you know, let's win this for the British Lung Institute. You know what I mean? No, we Crewe are involved in that as well, because they're involved in our game, and so it's not a them v us. You know, let's win it for this reason. We've got to win it by the 3 points, but in the meantime, we're trying to do a job to create the awareness for this disease.
As far as the football goes, you haven't played for a fortnight. Has that helped one or two of the niggles you might have been carrying before the Forest Green game clear up?
Yes, on maybe a couple of little niggles that we've had. I mean, we've got more long-term injuries than niggles. We've still got 2 days to go before we have to see who's available or not. So I wouldn't say we've got lots of players back available, but and sometimes you gain one and you lose one. So other than that, I can't say we're going to have any bigger squad necessarily, but I've got 2 days just to hope that the physiotherapists can work their magic.
Is this I'm saying it's a big month. You've got 5 games before the end of the year. Do you feel as if you've got to try and gain some ground to cement things a bit?
Yeah, we've definitely got to gain some ground on the playoff teams. I think if we're 1 win away from the playoff teams by January the 1st, that's probably where you would hope to be, but where you could expect to be after a good run of games this side of the new year. So that's our target. Our target is to be within a 3 points with the playoffs. It'd be great if we're in the playoffs, but because there's quite a few teams above us, it might not be that. But actually in the playoffs, but we've got to look like we're one win, a couple of wins away from getting in there, and that means you'd have to be 3 points away on January the 1st. So that's our target.
Not going to be too many draws lately. Crewe don't draw many, certainly away.
No, they don't. But you know, the manager's addressing that. Looks like he's trying very hard to make sure that teams don't break them down. And they're below us at the moment. Our home form's good. Their away form's not so good. Although it was a good. No, they just lost it in the last minute, didn't they, at Forest Green?
Yes, correct. Yes.
Yeah. Well, I've watched a couple of their recent games, and you have to respect all teams in this league. But it's a game that both teams will see as a very important 3 points.
David,